Dave Rubin's helping us, host of the Rubin Report. Dave, good morning to you. So you took a picture last week, right? We'll put this tweet from X on the air. Just snap this pic. This is the state of absolute insanity happening at our airports. I'm in the pre-TSA line where migrants don't have to have an ID to get through security, and it's their choice whether they want their picture taken. There was a plan to destroy America. We went out and did our own little survey. We found it in some airports, and we did not find it in others. What's your take right now as of today?
Well, look, guys, you'll find it interesting. I was actually on my way to visit your buddy Greg Gutfeld. That was the reason I was leaving the free state of Florida and heading towards New York. That sign, which was in the pre-TSA line, so that's already a selected line to be in where you're supposed to have gotten the pre-TSA clearance. I don't know why migrants would be in that line, if any line, in the first place. I don't know how long that note was up there, but in this case, I just happened to be a private citizen who saw something that alarmed me, and I posted that picture, and I'm glad it has now escalated this issue. Because first off, people shouldn't be in this country illegally in the first place. That's the first time they've broken the law. And then there's subsequent several things, as you guys just laid out in that piece, in terms of we have to take pictures. They can tell you you don't have to take a picture. Go there and try not to take a picture. About 2 months ago, I left my wallet at home when I was trying to fly. I am a public person. I was traveling with a team of people. I was stopped by TSA. I had people recognizing me saying, "Hey, Dave," and I still had to wait about 2 hours. Now, I suspect that if I was a migrant, it wouldn't have been that difficult. Why are we allowing these people not only to be in the country in the first place, but then fly wherever they want, take our services, et cetera, et cetera? So the part of the tweet that I editorialized a little bit, obviously, saying this was an invasion, I think is becoming more fact than opinion. It is one of the few jobs of the federal government to protect the border. And if we are not going to do that, and then we're going to just let people just go anywhere, sure, come in through Texas, go live in San Diego or Chicago, it doesn't matter, we will not have a country. And I think that that's actually fueling a lot of the resurgence of Trump right now.
One of the things we took note of last weekend is in the ABC poll, President Biden was at an 18% approval rate for immigration and the border in particular. But I do wonder, Dave, just in your observations, you're talking to people, do they take the border issue and include things like this in terms of getting around inside the country once they're here?
This is the first time in my life, and you guys know I was a liberal for most of my life. This is the first time in my life that I'm hearing from liberals, oh my God, the border actually matters. I think some of that is in relation to what happened in Israel on 10/7. So the state of sort of people realizing that bad things can happen has been ramped up in their mind. But then it's also the videos that, fortunately, you guys on Fox, I would say, are the only mainstream network showing these videos of migrants flooding in every day. And they're not even migrants, because that implies that they're only here for work. We have no idea what these people are here for, right? We just don't know. Why is it that they all appear to be 25 to 35-year-old, generally men? Where are the women? Where are the children? Where are the, these aren't the pictures of Ellis Island of all of our grandparents and great-grandparents, the poor, the tired, the huddled masses coming with nothing. I mean, just look around. Most of these people, they're fairly well dressed. And again, even if they were all coming here for quote unquote the right reasons, we're still allowed to protect our border. So I would say something is shifting right now politically, where good, decent people and liberals in this case, who normally don't care about the border, they don't think about it, suddenly they're realizing, oh, this is a problem.
It was issue number one in Iowa a week ago, and I'd say 8 out of 10 people I talked to last night at the Trump rally, they listed the border and immigration as their number one issue. Dave, thank you for your time.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.